describe the following types of contracts used in building construction process. The first contract is the lump sum contract. The lump sum contract is whereby the contractor and the client agree on a total price. So the contractor and the client will agree this house shall cost 20 million to build. So that price that they have agreed on, they should stick by it. In cases where there are fluctuations, such as the price goes up, the client is not to add some more money. They are supposed to stick to the contract sum agreed in the contract. So in case it costs less, the contractor will benefit from higher profits. But in case it costs more, the contractor may suffer loss. The advantage of lump sum contracts is simplicity in bidding. Because we are only looking at the total cost, it will be easier to select the contractor because we will not go so much into details. We will only be concerned with the total price. So it will be easier to bid for the contractor and even to choose the contractor. The second advantage of the lump sum contract is finishing under budget, means higher profit margins for the contractor. So the contractor might like it because even if he spends less, the client will not ask for money from him. He will have to pay on that money that they had agreed on. The disadvantages of the lump sum contracts is that in case of any setbacks for the contractor, maybe he goes through some loss or errors in calculations, the contractor will suffer the loss because he cannot go back to the client to ask for more money. And the other disadvantage is the bigger the project, the more likely the contractor is to suffer loss. Because for the large contracts, he might be working with subcontractors and so many suppliers. So in case he misquotes and quotes less money, the contractor will have to go on a loss because he have to pay the contractors and the clients. The other type of contract we are supposed to explain is the cost plus contracts. This is also called the cost reimbursement contracts. This is a contract which involves the contractor doing the project, keeping into account every amount of money that he uses. Then at the end of it, the client will compensate him for all the money he has used. Then he shall add his profits and overheads. So a cost plus contract, it is where the contractor will do the job, then the client will pay him based on the amount he has spent plus the profits and overheads. The costs that the contractor is likely to spend includes both the direct costs and the indirect costs. Direct costs involving the cost of materials and labor, indirect costs involving the cost of office, travel, communications. Those ones mostly they are the overheads plus the profits. The advantages of the cost plus contract is that one, it is flexible. In case the client wants to change the design of the building, he can do it because the contractor will not have any issues as long as he will be compensated for all the money he shall use plus his profit. So mostly the cost plus contracts are used where a lot of flexibility is required. The second disadvantage for cost plus contract is that miscalculations are not devastating. In case he does some miscalculation when he's quoting the prices, he can always discuss with the client because he will only be compensated for all the work that he does, for all the money that he uses, then his added profit. So in case he miscalculates before they settle on the project, he can always discuss it with the clients. The other question that is commonly asked is differentiate between net pricing and gross pricing. Gross pricing is where the prices include the taxes and the discounts. Net pricing is where the prices do not include the discounts and the taxes. It's just like a salary. Gross salary, it has taxes inside, but net salary is when the taxes have been deducted. So for construction, gross costs will include the discounts and the taxes. Net will not include the discounts and the taxes.